pretty sure that guy is one of the things the headliner bolts into, which is a little bit missing from this side. Yeah, it's kind of amazing how much that all flew apart. So the first part of Do What You Want Day was the gates up there. The second part was going to be take the cap off the blue tractor and try to put a cheap Amazon AC and heater box in, but the roof being held on with that guy is making me think it won't be as quick and fun as I think it'll be. So go find some wrenches and see if that's as jacked up as it looks like it is. I'll hop down. Probably need both hands to not fall on my face. So I was going to show you the inside here. I think I've taken a video of it before. The top is supposed to have a pretty cover like that. It was dripping AC condensate out of weird places, and this is kind of why. There's supposed to be a drain that goes up there, as well as a whole bunch more plastic box, some of which is here, some of which is there. So basically 25-plus-year-old plastic banging around in the roof of a tractor hasn't done it a whole lot of favors. So I guess I'll run find the Amazon piece real quick, and while I'm in there grabbing wrenches. But basically the hope is take this out, because obviously there's no buying that new anymore, and the local tractor junkyard was saying the blue cap thing, I hope this isn't foreshadowing, they're getting $2,000 out of now, and wanted $1,000 for this HVAC plastic box, and it's still going to be 25-year-old plastic box that's been banging around, and evidently with no blue cap on the top, so even more crispy with sun shining on it. And it dawned on me, like Vintage Air makes cool retrofit HVAC kind of universal stuff. So I searched Amazon, and they had one that looked like this, horizontal mount, which seemed kind of rare to me. I don't know, maybe they all are. But condensate drain on the bottom, so that will work out well. And super tiny. We'll see how much it cools, but it's a stinking tractor cab. How much cooling do you need in that little thing? We'll see if I end up finding out that it's too little. So the biggest concern is I haven't got the slightest clue what kind of hoses these take. So that'll be a fun discovery if I can find those, what they are, all the details there. It'd be cool if there's, by some happy accident, the existing ones in the tractor fit. Oh, not to mention, we're just blindly going to use the AC compressor that's on the tractor and all the other bits. My hope or theory being, meh, it just compresses stuff, AC juice, up into that little box, which lets the pressure off and makes cold air. Surely all the existing pieces will still do that with the new one. So I'll see if I can get the cap off and break bolts or not break bolts, and come back if anything entertaining happens.
This is what happens when I try to act like I know model numbers of our equipment. I know makes, not models. New Holland 7514. No, that's the loader. I was looking at the numbers. I don't know what any of, like, the model of any of our equipment is. I know the make. So what? 8970. So the New Holland 8970. What'd you buy?
Universal Amazon special HVAC thingamajig.
Okay, that's the technical part number. So if you need a universal HVAC thingamajig from Amazon, we can give you a link. But Sam was trying to figure out how to take the roof off, the protective fiberglass top of the tractor, which if you watched us put an AC in the red tractor, it's the same process basically, but this is a lot taller and bigger. And so when you've got big equipment.
It says it's $1,000. No, the caps were $2,000.
Oh, they were?
HVAC was $1,000.
Oh, okay. So this blue piece is $2,000 and the replacement HVAC system is $1,000. So Sam was wondering how, that was lucky. Yeah, anyway, does not want to break this blue part. Didn't know how we were going to get it off of there, with mostly by himself, but maybe with my help. So when you have big equipment, you use it. And so he's using the loader to lift off the lid. All right, so he's got it strapped up. Theoretically, there's nothing connected. He's gonna lift it a little bit with the loader, drive the blue tractor out from underneath it so he can take it outside, kind of blow out all the dust and dirt and whatever's up there under this blue cover, and then start tearing everything apart and hopefully get AC put in it. So stay tuned. Okay, that was half the hard part. Now he needs to lower this to the ground without anything happening to it. So, fingers crossed that all goes well. Sure. Because this is what you want to be doing when it's hot and you're sweaty. But it's good to get rid of it before you work on it, I guess.
So with the blue top cap off, the next layer is this little panel, which sadly is already showing a little cracking. So we'll try to be careful with that guy, but I guess this is what keeps this, or the cab, dirt proof, some sort of words like that. I'm curious what in the world, I thought it was like vacuum line or something, but with the big seam on the side of it, it's not that solid. Anyway, it'll be fun to see what's inside the next layer here. That's actual metal, so that doesn't come off, but we'll see what's in there. before I hop down from this side, one kind of cool thing, the new Amazon super cheap deal doesn't have like a blend door, so that new cars and stuff, the hot water is always flowing to the heater core, and it just has a door that lets air go through the heater core or not, or you know what I mean. Redirect from heater core to AC and back and forth. Old school stuff like this guy, which is good, has a valve on the hot water coming into the heater core, so you just turn that off with this cool little control cable. So that'll work perfectly, that we can hook the heater hoses up and actually not cook ourselves out with hot air and have heat in the winter if we want. So that's good. And third layer of exciting fun to get to the AC part. Oh, wiper motor. But yeah, I think that's the only entertaining things that I see so far on this side. Don't know what the relay's for, but I'm sure we'll find out. And this switch knows what's up, which way it's going. R134A only, so kind of knew that, having filled it with coolant before, or Freon. I don't know that I need to take off the third layer of fun here yet. So the air intake from outside piece, disconnect, and then try to figure out what is actually holding. I mean, there's these two little dudes from the bottom, and there must be something on the back, and maybe that's all that wills it to stay in there. So that's the other side's little strap. I did not entirely think through, even though I just videoed it, the bummer of taking coolant hoses apart. This being the topmost portion, surely we won't drain very much. I'm sure it'll be some. Oh, I gotta unwrap all my wires that I put out of the way around all the AC stuff. So I'll start doing that and we'll go from there. I'll go look from the inside. So I knew this had to come out the top because of these being the mounting pieces. There's no way there was enough room to get it down inside the cab with all the interference up here. It's got me wondering if wiper motor's got to go, but we'll find out in a minute. One real quick bummer of working conditions on this. I can't reach from the duals. That's fiberglass, so we know how old plastic and fiberglass works. So luckily we have loader on it because can't stand on hood. The exhaust bracket has worked once or twice. It seems to hold my fat butt up. And yeah, kind of obnoxious to get to. I'm not sure how we'll pull that out. I can put a knee up there, so hopefully it's not very heavy. So, heater hose 1 with valve off, number 2 with valve off. They didn't leak much. The core itself cleaned the floor. Yeah, the bucket is a afterthought. Realizing that I gotta tilt this around, I'm hoping it'll maybe catch something, but I'm guessing that might not happen. So the AC and heater box has a strange amount of wires going to it. I'll make sure here real quick that that is all. Yeah, so that little harness unplugged from the tractor side, which is nice. Okay, the AC lines are all, well, I thought he was, yeah, he's disconnected. Second guessing myself there. AC is disconnected, intake from the little filter box disconnected. All my, well, all but this one, drains. It's kind of curious if you haven't worked on one of these, which, why would you? There's a drain going back to the B pillar, and I'm calling it that in car terms, and one going up to the A pillar, which I can't find. There it is, right there. Not sure why they felt the need to put one both directions, but anyway, that's disconnected. Heater line's disconnected. That bolts out. That bolts out. The ones that bolt the headliner and kind of the plastic trim for the switches and stuff bolt the back end of it in. So theoretically, it should just lift out of here, which if I can get out far enough, it's loose and it is strangely heavy. I don't know what in the world all the weight could be from, honestly, because heater core shouldn't be that much. AC pieces shouldn't be that much. Maybe it's just got a giant fan motor and stuff in there. I don't know. We might take it apart afterwards. But I'm trying to figure out how to get that out. And not, I don't want to set it on that and break it, so maybe I'll move that. Because that was metal, right? Yeah. So maybe we'll go back there. Debating on whether or not to bring the loader over and be kind of silly and have a place to work from and set that to get it back down to the ground. But the more I think about it, I guess I could set it back there. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, that ended up being far easier than I thought. I pulled my head out of my butt and I sat in the seat, pushed up the back, and tilted it, twisted it, turned it, all the did-is, till it would come out. It spilled more water in the cab, and it's sort of amusing to me anyway. This is how sturdy it was. Lost some pieces there, lost some pieces there, more pieces, and the majority made it out. The other sort of amusing thing is that I seem to think that this will get replaced with that little tiny thing and still function. Yeah, seems unlikely, right? So we will find out. The worst part so far is for sure that's not even close to the right fittings that are these type that were screw in. So that's obviously a bummer. I'm gonna look at the back side of that block and see if there's if those fit there, but they aren't in line like those, so that won't work. And the other fun, I guess, part is not knowing who to get fittings from. So some research to be done there, but clearly won't have AC for a bit. Whoops. But the giant pieces of crud falling out and this fan, I don't know if it was just dust in it or if it was pieces of plastic falling out, but without the vents in there, it was constantly throwing trash in your eyes. And I finally unplugged the switch again, got smart, and quit blowing dirt in my eyes. But that is quite the hole. Wonder if Brandy would support a sunroof in the tractor, because that's what you need, is more heat, like a little greenhouse in there. Anyway, I will probably physically mount it and slap the top back together, because I shouldn't need back up in there to the best of my knowledge. It'll be curious to see what of these brackets I will need to mount headliner piece. I'm pretty sure that guy is one of the things the headliner bolts into, which is a little bit missing from this side. Yeah, it's kind of amazing how much that all flew apart. But like I said, with how much it weighs, maybe it's not surprising. Because it was these metal tabs there and this sat on a bracket, so all the rest of that gravity was making the heater core and AC condenser trying to jump out, and the plastic didn't like it. So real quick update on the baby AC for the big tractor. Got the, I don't remember if I already got the rear mounting bracket done before or not, but it's done, and that just holds that little guy. I'm not sure if I want to tighten it all the way because it's pretty firm and it's squishing against the blower housing, and I don't want to rip it apart. Got the front one done, or at least what I decided to do. And I slotted the top versus drilling holes in it, because one, it's kind of stiff all in there, and surely it won't bounce out the top, but we will find out. In the process, I discovered a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of research and visiting the hydraulic shop, who also happens to do a little bit of AC stuff. They were saying that basically there's no such adapter, and I couldn't find one online either, that goes from a female O-ring seal to a female threaded portion on either one of those. So after talking about trying to make some sort of junction block that both those connect to and O-ring seal against each other, meaning if I bought another identical one to this, I could have one facing this way and put some sort of O-ring, a block in here, and have the O-ring seal on both sides. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that was one of the thoughts. And after talking to him, he says, well, the crimping tool for the new ends is just a portable thing. And he had all the stuff to do a -10 line, and the OD of a -10 is 1 inch. This is 1 1/8, and a 10 is a 1/2 inch nipple guy. 5/8 is what this is. So this is a -12 hose, which I don't know if he has the stuff to do or not, but doing the old Amazon snooping for not a whole bunch more. I've got a bunch of parts and pieces coming, because we'll need to do the tractor here to this guy, potentially that tractor to another one of these baby boxes if it works out in here. And the Pete is going to need all kinds of AC lines because there's nothing on it. Yeah. So a lot of words to say. More tools have been acquired and on their way. They're cheap Chinese ones because I'm not a AC production shop. Hopefully they'll hold up for the amount of lines that I need. So once I get those, hopefully we'll get some video or something of connecting those around into there and charge this thing with some Freon after vacuum testing it and see if it works.
Okay, so this, ooh, I love all the colors. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So pretty. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the tool that's going to crimp the future AC line when it gets here next week.
Yep.
So until then, we have a cool tool and nothing to use it with.
And pretty white gloves.
And pretty white gloves that Sam says he will never ever use. So, unfortunately, since the parts aren't going to be here till next week, this is where this video has to end. Well, if you enjoyed the first part of this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.